my fellow bistros, welcome back again. As you see, I'm playing a Winter's Daydream. From the last left off, okay, we made it to our grandma's house. I got a little more about what grandma's all about, I guess you could say, in a way. Like, you know, more about her, a little bit about the grandfather that sadly passed away, of course. And how much it's kind of like my character's kind of like neglecting that well, not neglecting, but like reflecting, basically, I would say, about his I guess behavior back then with his grandparents, where like he act like he didn't care about them and he didn't really, you know, show much interest towards them and stuff, and yet they show so much love to him, and he's feeling really bad because of that and stuff. So he's kind of like at this moment too happy that he's visiting his grandmother, and that's really nice. That actually is really, really nice. Okay, and I'm actually really looking forward to see what happens next now, because again, I'm loving this right here too. But here we go. You can stay here as long as you want if the trains aren't running through. I hope you don't get too bored. There isn't much to do out here, right? Particularly when the snow starts falling. It's fine. It's fine. I can come here to I came here to spend time with you anyway. How sweet. If only Otako would do the same. She prefers to be called Otami now. Oh, yes. I forgot. When you get to my age, you forget things just like Yukinari. Yukinari, he always misplaced his glasses even when they were right on the bridge of his nose. You seem pretty spring to me. In fact, I think you could be even younger than before. Well, thank you. That's very kind. I'm lucky to have a caring grandchild like you. Oh no, it's nothing, really. And I mean it. I had so many opportunities to reach out to my grandparents in the past, but I never bothered visiting them in my youth. Was a painful experience, even though they've been teeth pulled at the dentist, having the teeth pulled at the dentist. Then before I realized it, my grandfather was dead. He was dead, and I never tried to get to know him. Ah, that was the wake-up call I needed. My grandparents, my grandparents thought we were born in a different generation of mine, are still human beings. They must be lonely too. I only get lonely in Tokyo in the first few weeks of starting university, even though I was always surrounded by people. Maybe I was homesick. I can't imagine how lonely my grandmother must feel now that her husband of more than 50 years has passed. She's been with him for such a long time and devoted to so much of her life to him, and now he's gone. I vanished into thin air. Oh, this is sad. I'm sad. My grandmother is still smiling, but I do wonder. I glance at grandfather's shrine once more. His photograph looks back at me, his eyes unblinking. Unfortunately, a photograph can't bring back what has been lost. Yes, unfortunately that is true. This is sad now. If I start crying, do not be surprised. This is just a snapshot of frozen time, forcibly removed from all contact. One day to be avoided, all of its meaning. What's worth all with photographs with these 50 years from now? 100, 500. Who will remember my grandfather when the rest of his family has gone? Ah. Wow, this is getting deep. My knot twisted into my stomach. A knot twisted my stomach. Also, yeah, this is getting deep. That actually is true. Because again, I don't know much of my family history, so like, you know, I don't know who's like my like great-great-grandfather and so on like that, and like, you know, like say if I had grandkids and stuff like that, and they had grandkids and so on, like no one's gonna remember me then at some point. And that does seem really upsetting in a way. That really does. God damn, this is getting deep. Outside, the wind outside continues to blow. The winter forecast was right. Late that evening, it really does start to snow. The snow swirled through the air in delicate glazing flakes, with brightness in twirling sky. Skits. What the fuck am I saying now? The snow falls in soft. The snow is soft at first, almost tender, as though anxious without whether it should land on the earth or not. But the snowflakes soon increased in size and volume. Now, around 9 of the evening, the whole ground has been steeped in white. I watch the snow as it falls outside the window, still sitting beneath the katasu. There's so much of it. One could almost believe it's being dumped from the sky by a truck. It'll be cold, right? It'll be cold night tonight. I nod my head dumbly. The television is still on the ground. Television is still in the background, but I am not watching it. I haven't been watching it for the past half an hour. I've been busy staring at snow. Each flake of the snow that drift past the window still new memories in my heart. It's just now, it just doesn't snow like this in Tokyo. It does get cold though. I never thought I missed the snow, but now I feel strangely nostalgic. Okay, I didn't press anything. I'm just letting you know that I did not press anything. I don't know why I did that. Okay, but well, surprise aren't supposed to be kept secret. You know, I don't want to spoil anybody's fun. That's about the TV. Aha! Exclusive as always. But that's why we love you, Aina. I think that's how you say it. All women needs to have 1 or 2 secrets, even those who spend their lives performing. The television buzzed dimly. Image flickered on the screen, but they look hazy and distorted. Fuck it. Tongue-tied like usual. As though the viewing them from beneath a film of water. A man in a gray suit sits on the couch. A group of girls clad in Jinhams face him. Can I say that correctly? Spoken with a wink, what would make a man heart flutter? Interesting. If you have fallen for a charm of a adorable Annie and her group, Paletti Princess, I think I said that correctly. I hope I did. Please consider supporting their newest release. And again, for any latecomer, what's your latest CD called? Dreaming in December. Do you know that group, you? I turn, tearing my eyes away from the window and look over the girls who are displayed on the TV. The image on the screen is shaking uncomfortably, like it's being broadcast live from a boat in the middle of a storm. It makes my head hurt. At least I can make the image out, more or less. There are 5 girls wearing matching outfits in various colors: green, blue, yellow, purple, and pink. I think the girl in the pink sitting in the center is the leader. Aina, was it? I think Otako likes that group, but I'm not interested in idols. I don't listen to pop music either. but they I don't listen to pop music either, but they look like nice girls, right? They're very smiley. Okay. You know, actually, I do listen to a couple of pop music. Actually, I do listen to some J-pop and also K-pop too. Actually, they're really good, surprisingly. Okay, I wasn't actually into like other music back then until like I just like stumbled upon to like a YouTube channel, of course, that does reactions and stuff, and they did like pop music from J-pop and K-pop, and like ever since then I got like hooked on it. So I do listen to a couple of J and K-pops. Right? If you guys do listen to J and K-pops, I want to know, and like, what J and K-pop group do you listen to? I'm always curious about that. Also, trying to like expand more of my I guess music library in a way. They have been smiling. That's how they call. That's how they see sell their CDs. I'm sorry. Excuse me. It's is that what living in the city does to people? Living in the city? And the internet, maybe. Yeah, that's true. I was like, I itch. There you go. Well, I wouldn't have much about, I don't really know much about that. I never got along with the so-called World Wide Web. My grandmother makes quotation marks with her fingers when she says it, as though the internet is some kind of strange voodoo magic for beyond her understanding. You know, actually, my grandmother is the same way too, but the thing is though, she actually does take the time to learn. Like, every time she like has some kind of like computer problems or like some kind of like problems with certain electronics, she usually like contacts me all the time and like asks for my help with it, especially like my aunt. And also my mother sometimes, but she's a little bit annoying. She's a little bit annoying with that, because no matter how many times I show her what to do, she never learns and stuff. It does get a little bit annoying, but I try to be patient. Like I said, try to be patient. I do have my limits, of course, because I have, you know, things to do, of course, unfortunately. That's life. But when to people, well, to people who aren't familiar with the internet, it might might as well be voodoo magic. I don't entirely understand how it works myself. Yeah, like I know the gist of it. Like, not understanding like the detail of the internet, yeah, I don't know about the detail of it, but I do at least understand enough to actually know how to use it. It's a good thing I study law, not computers. Not computing. Kaname tries to set up with one of those old monitors, right? And Atako's sorry, Atame, lend a hand, but Yukino, whatever fucking name now, I'm fucking up with these names all the time, couldn't wrap their head around it. I didn't either. Well, I guess you don't need to worry about it. I try not to. I know I'm just a relic of the past. Aw, don't say that. Oh no, you're not a relic of the past. You're not a relic exactly. A foster then. Well, you don't need to worry about hurting my feelings, you. I know that I know where I stand. I'm nothing like those girls. What girls? The ones on television. Those girls look so bright and cheerful, even though they're wearing such short skirts. Well, how short is it, I wonder? Ooh. I never would have been allowed to dress like that when I was their age. My poor mother's heart would stop beating. Actually, I'm kind of curious about certain things like that. Well, today's fashion sense mostly, okay? How would the, like, past generations would react to, like, the fashion states we have now in a way? That's actually a very interesting thing to think about. I'm kind of curious about that, but of course there's no way to find an answer to those that. At least only with certain people, of course, that's alive during a time where they had different outfits back then. Alright. Times are changing. That's right. I'm beginning to notice it more and more. I just can't keep up with you young people. half of what Otaku say does go over my head, I'm afraid. All these talks about boy bands and fashions and TV shows. I shouldn't pay any attention to Otaku. Her head is as empty as a... Wait, you shouldn't pay attention to any attention to Otaku. Her head is empty as a Halloween pumpkin. You're so cruel to your little sister, You're always bullying her. Me? Bullying her? I stare at my grandmother, mouth wide, open mouth, as this other... Oh my god, that's hilarious right now. Has she not been paying attention to the way Otaku treats me? Or has she simply forgotten? Maybe she doesn't know because we don't visit her enough, but I think I need to set the record straight. I think it's the other way around. Otaku never has a nice word to spare for me. Maybe she doesn't think you deserve nice words, dear. Why not? You don't look, you did lock her in the futon closet when you were younger. Oh, really? Wow, my character's a dick. Oh yeah. I pause, shamefaced, myself internally angered spent. Okay. I guess my brother is right. I did do that. It happened so long ago, I'm totally forgotten. I think Otaku was trapped in the cramped, musty closet for, man, half an hour until my parents realized she was missing and organized a search party. Wow, okay. If that's the reason why she's being, I guess it's not no brat now. I can't really call her a bitch at the moment because that could be the reason why. Because some people can hold a grudge. I'm just saying, like, I can hold a grudge depending on the situation for quite some time. Like I said, it depends on the situation though. Like, if it's something stupid, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something me and my brother did in the past. I don't know, like, me and my brother did hit each other a lot. Like, if my brother hit me once or something like that, and I just didn't like it, you know, I wouldn't really hold that a grudge for, like, God knows, like, until now or something. You said you were getting on, you said you're getting on in years, but you have a better memory than I do. How can I forget, You caused such a commotion. Well, I guess I used to be a brat when I was younger. Most children behave badly. It's nothing to be ashamed about, but I don't know if you ever apologized to her. My grandmother gives me a piercing look. Ooh. Did you apologize, you? No, but it was so long ago, it's not like it matters anymore. Again, it could matter. Like I said, I just mentioned, people hold grudges for probably a long time, actually. So, she probably still holds a grudge against you because of that. And maybe if you did apologize, she may actually be easing up on you. That would be good. That's what you might think, but these little things can stay with people. Women are incredibly good at holding grudges. Oh. I was right about holding the grudge, I guess, then. Are you speaking from experience? Ha! I'm afraid that is a well-kept secret. My grandmother tapped on the shoulder of her nose with her finger, and I suppressed a shrug. I hope no wayward woman tries to keep my grandmother away from my grandfather away from my grandmother when she was in her prime of her youth. If she was anything like Otaku is now, I'm sure her vigors would have been swift and painless. Vengeance would be swift and painless. What the fuck am I saying? Still, my grandmother's frown, her forehead creased with innumerable wrinkles. I know I'm past from my prime. I know I'm past from my prime, just like poor old Lisita, whatever, the freaking doll. Dolls like her used to be extremely fashionable back in the day. A lot of people in the village had them. Bench straws used to be a status symbol for bored housewives and little like sports cars and oh okay, so they're like I get it. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't know that. Is that true, actually, though? I wouldn't be surprised that is true. But now, the other day, time marches on, and it caught up with poor Lucy. Whatever. Her hair is starting to fade out, and her clothes has been eaten by moths. And she never quite recovered from the nasty bump Kanane gave her when she was little. Her right thumb hangs on with a power of hope and blue tack? Blue tack? Okay. She looks alright to me. From a distance, maybe she's nothing looks she's nothing like she was in her glory days. She really was beautiful when we first bought her. Believe it or not, I used to be beautiful too. At least, that's what Yukinari told me. But all good things come to an end. Ah, sometimes they come to an end much too quickly. I can hear the snow falling under the background above the low, lazy buzz of the TV. The wind whispers about this old house, shaking it to this very foundation. To its very foundation. Like Lucina, it seems better days. I wonder whether my grandmother's house will one day collapse beneath its own old age and all the snow. What will last longer, my grandmother or her house? I don't know much about my grandmother's past, but perhaps that's because there's so little to know. She was born and raised in a tiny village. She never left, save from the odd trips, or to Tokyo and honeymoon in France. She never had any reason to leave either, because her life was comfortable here. In all its simplicity, and she had no desire to move. Life was simpler back then. Maybe that's because the internet had yet to be invented. It's hard for me to believe, but my grandmother grew up in an era without the World Wide Web, as she calls it. When people wanted to unearth new information, they went to a library or asked around the neighborhood. You know, actually, I do wonder about that. Like, I did grow up during the time when the internet was not really a big thing yet, actually. Like, it started really mostly, I think, in the early 90s and stuff. And hell, the one time we actually first got, at least I got like a first computer in my house, actually, it was probably when I was, I think maybe 10 years old? Really? Okay, so I didn't really grow up like with any computers really that much. The only time I actually would be into like seeing more computers too then was like at school. Okay, but I can only imagine how it would be like further back, really. You know, like during the time when there's no internet and stuff like that, like no computers, no smartphones, of course, laptops, or anything like that. Like, I wonder how it would be like if it was still like that now. Actually, again, these are always things I always wonder in my head. It always pops in my head when certain things like this come up. Progress really is amazing. There you go. But people always get left behind. In my grandmother's case, it happens quite literally as more and more recent of this village begin. It moves outwards in search of new jobs. All the young people left, while their aged parents stay on. No new blood came in, so this village staggered. In a few years, all these old people will be no more, and then this place will be completely empty. A ghost village filled with the carcasses of these times, uninhabited houses, just like the discarded shells of cassette. I don't know. The population of this city will continue to swell, while quiet countryside village such as this will fade away. You know, that actually is kind of true right there too. Like these days, a lot of like really small villages have been slowly fading away and stuff, and it's kind of unfortunate because some of these small villages have so much history behind them where like people don't really care, and again, it just, like it said, fade away. It's kind of sad. It really is. This village is alright. Unmistakably beginning to die. You can see it in how dirty and desolated the train station is. How empty the streets. How ramshacked all the old wooden homes. There's hardly anybody here anymore. Just the wind and the snow and the stars. I still remember when I met Yukinori. My grandmother's voice is soft, her eyelashes downturned. I was only 16. I went to the local shrine on New Year's Eve with my mother, meaning to ring the bell and offer my prayers to the gods. I was wearing a new kimono and a soft Gaisley swell that was brand new. I thought I looked very fancy, right? And I wouldn't stop preening. My mother told me I'd be strong with misfortune if I continue being so vain, and she was right. My mother always had tremendous foresight. But she didn't know that this would also be the luckiest day of my life. I got caught in a sudden breeze and it drifted away from me. I tried to get it back, but I wasn't fast enough, and I couldn't reach it in time. I was sure my lovely new trial, was gone forever until he caught it for me. You mean my grandfather? My grandma nodded her head, a small smile on her face. That's right. That sounds very romantic. It was quite taken in with him. My grandmother smiled fondly. Her fingertips tracked the rims of the teacup. I wish I can go back to the Jinjuji Shrine. I hope I said that correctly. Yukili might be gone now, but I feel closer to him there than anywhere else. I can still remember how my heart fluttered when he handed me my sword, and our fingers brushed from the very first time. Okay. It was so long ago, but it feels as though it were only yesterday. Then why don't you go there? It'll be New Year's in a few days. You can revive your old memories. Oh no, I'm too old, and it's cold, and there are too many stairs. I couldn't go there now. I could help you. I could lend you my shoulders and escort you up the stairs. I don't mind. That's a sweet offer, dear, but in this weather, I don't think not. We both slip and break our necks. That's a little extreme right there, but okay. Well, maybe you have a point. The snow continues to fall outside the window. I think it's falling even faster and thicker now, if such a thing is possible. I hope nobody's wandering the mountains that surrounds this village, lost and alone. It seems like the ideal weather for a frostbite. Revenge driving snow lady in search for new victims. And I don't know if I would want to visit Yukinari like this anyway. What do you mean? My grandmother looked down at herself, at her beige sweater, her demure skirt, and her withering old hands lying upon her lap, and sighed. I'm not a bright-eyed, eager young girl I used to be. I gotten old. And the shrine has gotten old too. It's fallen into despair, just like me. I don't think I could stand to go back and see it crumbling all overrun with weeds. I think I would prefer to keep my memories inside here. I can understand that right there. Like if there was like a particular place that I had like a fond memory of, but like if it was like I don't know, being destroyed or was, I don't know, destroyed basically or something like that, or just gone, going back to that place, it wouldn't feel the same. It might actually just be really upsetting and more than enlightening, really. My mother holds one hand against her breast. Okay. Memories are like flowers. It's easier to nurture them in the dark. If I don't expect too much, I can't be disappointed. But that sounds so sad. Getting old is sad, dear, but it's something I made peace with. It happens to the best of us, and the worst, and everybody in between. Aww. This is really sad. The music doesn't help. It actually, like, it fits the mood, but still. Sheesh. And that concludes our interview with the lovely Palette Princess. I hope you enjoy yourselves, but don't switch over yet. We will have another treat in store. That's right. It is a brand new up and coming idol group formed by Sax called. But I never get to discover what Sax's new idol group is called because at the moment the TV shut out. The screen flickers, then turns a series of particular colors that it cycles through strawberry, lemon, and blue Hawaiian before it cuts out entirely, eaten up by a full screen of scrambling maggots like static. There's snow out inside the screen, TV screen. That's funny. Oh dear. My grandmother tugged and shake her head. All the snow must have knocked out the television antenna. It happens last year too. How long does it take to fix it? As long as it takes for a repairman to come out here. Last time this happened, it took weeks. Wow, weeks? And that was after you could already phone them a dozen times. He could be quite insistent, okay, when he wants. I can't imagine. I can still remember my grandfather's loud, booming voice as he called me to the kitchen to fetch my freshly cut slice of watermelon. If it took a man like grandfather weeks to get a reason, I can't imagine my grandmother would be more successful. Oh well, I don't watch much TV anyway. Then how do you fill the time? I can imagine there's much to do around here. Not now, Grandpa. Oh, I can find a way. I like cooking, and there's always housework to be done. But my back hasn't quite been up to it lately, I admit. And then okay, sorry, I'm fucking up a lot. And when that lost its appeal, I can't always read. Yeah, reading's good. I really do enjoy reading. Reading's a lot. It's like very relaxing, very calming, And it keeps me calm. Trust me. There's moments where I need to like calm down and I just read like a nice good book, manga, or something basically. It could be just an article on Facebook or something like that, or whatever on the internet, and that just helps me relax. Do you read a lot? Oh yes. I always loved reading. There are so many books I wanted to get through when I was younger, but I never had the time. My grandmother smiles wistfully. You know, actually, this makes me think of my grandmother too, because she loves reading books. Like, seriously. She has, like, stacks of like novel books, or like one of those you know, fictional romantic novel books too. She loves the whole like romantic novels and stuff like that. She's a big fan of stuff like that, and she has like tons of books over the years. Like, oh my, if I literally go through all the books she had, like literally does have, she has a whole room, literally a whole room full of books. Okay. And that's the thing about me. Like, again, like I love reading. I love especially reading manga. But like, if I was gonna like start buying manga, well, that's the thing. I have to buy the manga. But like, where am I gonna put out the manga? Because like, think about trying to get like all the One Piece books, fairy tales, of course. Because again, those are something I will be reading too. Bleach, like some of the really long series, Naruto, of course. Like just those alone right there, like would be like a bookshelf on one of my walls. Like, I would need a bookshelf, like a big bookshelf for just that mostly, I think. I might be over-exaggerating it, but that's how it feels like to me. Now I have all the time in the world, but my eyesight is so bad, I can't focus for more than 10 minutes at a time. It's always one thing or another. I echo one of my dad's commonly used phrase, and grandmother laughs. That's what Yukinari always said. Dad said it too. Well, it's true. It's always one thing or another. You just have to take the good with the bad. I had a lot to think of. I had a lot to be thankful for in my life. Like meeting Grandpa. Yes. That's another one of my favorite pastimes. Revealing old first encounters. At the shrine? With that stroll, when he caught it, my heart skips a beat. I would have been taken with Yukinari in that any case because he was so tall and I'm getting tongue-tied a bit here. Sorry, I do apologize again. But when he caught the sword, it seems like destiny somehow. There you go. Fucking what is wrong with me? This is what happens when you don't get no sleep. Right. It was as though the gods at the shrine has taken charge of the wind to ensure that we would meet that night. Oh my. My grandmother smiled sheepishly. Ah, that's cute. It sounds so sentimental when I recount it like that. I think it sounds nice, like something from a movie. I've always thought that, too. It could be a scenario from a Uzu film? Okay. I bet Otako would lap it up. Okay. It does sound like the kind of thing she'd be interested in, does it? Sadly, I don't think I can retell it in any way that she would find appealing. Why not? There wouldn't be any flashy special effects. And wooden stars, Takizawa, Hidaki? Who's that? An actor. Otako loves him. She used to keep a folder of him inside her purse. Well, girls will be girls, won't they? I used to be quite smitten with Ikabi Ryu? Think I said it correctly? When I was a young girl myself. My grandmother started laughing. Her face creased up. with mirth, right? And I can't help but join her. I can't remember the last time I bond with my grandmother like this. But I don't think I'll ever bond with my grandmother like this. I smell the green tea drift through the room. It seems to permeate the wooden rafter. And the Tommy mats imbued everything with a warm and honey aroma. How many cups of green tea have my grandmother drank, sitting together in this small cozy living room? That's how movies always are, I suppose. They're like revealing things, making them beautiful. They cast the most handsome actors available and letting every last drop of drama of events until their height of unbelievable. But that's what people want. I can understand that. That's kind of true with some dramas or movies and stuff like that, because the drama and the suspense gets so and you just want to know what happens, and it just gets better and better in that way. I don't know. I'm weird like that when it comes to like shows and movies and so on. Alright, something fantastic can be more confronting than reality. Is that really what you think? If there exists a fantasy where I could be a young girl again, I'll jump on it in an instant. Oh wow. If I could be a girl from only one more day. My grandma would shake her head, perhaps chilling herself for her foolishness, but then she paused. She sat up a little straighter and pointed out the window, almost knocking over her cup of green tea in the process. Oh, look you. What? Out the window. I turned my head obediently. Okay. The snow is falling, the snow is still falling thicker and faster, obscuring most of the inky night sky. Most between the pure white flakes, I can just about see it. The moon hanging mysteriously above our heads. And there, leaving a trail like a jet plane as the streak across the night is a star. A shooting star. I haven't seen any shooting stars in Tokyo. I hardly see any stars in Tokyo full stop. The buildings are so tall, it's almost like they scare the stars away, shooting them even higher up into the stratosphere. The sky is mustard and more mysterious than you live in the big city, continuously baking with blinking lights. Out there, in the middle of nowhere, my view of the night sky is infinitely of any outside distraction. Not even the snow can mask it. Quickly, you should make a wish. A wish? That's right. Make a wish too. I'll make a wish too. Alright. My grandma closed her eyes, her eyelashes mat together. Like her grays, whisper hair, my grandma's eyelashes has almost started to thin. They look nothing like the plump. Very bland of eyelashes that frame the eyes of the Peter Princess girls. PP girl. Jeez, whatever fucking shit they call it. I don't know. But think about it. Those girls' eyelashes can be unnatural. They're fakes. Well, that's true. Otaku use them too. I guess most guys wouldn't care about that. They might not even realize it. But when you have a fashionable little sister like Otaku, you learn about the trick girls use to amplify their own beauty whether you want to or not. You know, actually it's true. So when it comes to like makeup nowadays and stuff like that, it's so interesting to see how like they can make themselves look like a entirely different person so easily with just makeup alone. It's crazy. Speaking of taco, maybe I should wish for that. Yeah, I could think of anything else. I can't think of anything else I'd rather ask for. If there are gods out there, receives magnificent beings, light as air, who conspired to bring my grandparents together all those decades ago, then I hope they can hear my humble wish. Only have one. I hope Taco and I can get along better. Aww, that's nice. I spent the night lying on the futon my grandma prepared for me in the guest room. Well, I can get. Actually, no. I'm gonna actually end here because I actually am recording this basically at the end of like what I usually like to end my recordings for this. Okay. So right here, I'll continue this in the next episode. I'm actually really liking this now more and more because it really does make you think about a lot of stuff. Really, it makes you think about, you know, growing up, of course, aging, how time does pass by in a blink of an eye, really, and stuff. And you should really cherish the memories and the people around you and stuff. Like it really makes you think of these things, and it also makes you think about like the relationship with your family too. Like, okay, like yes, I would say my family, I do have a good relationship with my siblings and my grandparents, of course, but I won't deny that I don't really have a good relationship with my parents though. I wish I did, I really do, but you know, one thing's led to another, unfortunately. Okay, and it's really sad. But it does make me think about that, how I wish things could get better, like things in those times could have got better and stuff. But yeah, seriously, I'm actually liking this a lot more than I thought I would. And the more I'm going through this, the more I'm really enjoying the story, okay, and enjoying like the things that I'm mentioning and stuff, and how like it really does kind of reflect about my life basically, and the way I think about things in my life as well. But yeah, though, I'm gonna end it here now. Okay, guys, if you guys enjoyed this again, please let me know in the comments below. Make sure you pound the like button too if you guys enjoyed. Also, if you guys are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon too so you guys be notified of new videos. And until next time, this is DomBeast, Hally out.